Jordan, what do you hate?
Paper-based stickers. Absolute worst.
That's fair.
In every way possible.
No, that's fair.
Noah, what do you hate?
I hate cold sandwiches, like sandwiches that are supposed to be cold when they get warm.
Like what?
Like when you like a cold deli sandwich, like a turkey sandwich,
Okay.
but you leave it sitting for a while, and then it's just like a little too warm, and
Yeah.
it throws off everything about it.
Does it make it not good?
I don't enjoy it.
Okay.
I don't enjoy like when a sandwich is supposed to be cold and it gets warm. I don't like eating it after that.
See, for me, it depends on how warm it gets, at least.
Oh, and like hot peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I hate.
See, that's just cruel to the world.
Like obviously peanut butter isn't supposed to be cold. You don't refrigerate peanut butter.
Yeah.
But
the
the
jelly.
jelly's supposed to be cold. It's
With
supposed
the
to be
peanut
it's supposed to be a
butter.
cool sandwich.
Yes.
But hot peanut butter sandwiches are awful.
Ugh.
I hate them. That's what I hate. I'm gonna change my answer to just hot peanut butter sandwiches.
Welcome to the We Hate Things podcast. I'm Jordan.
I'm Noah. This is episode 3. This isn't wine. This is coffee.
He's drinking wine and I'm drinking
this is
a
coffee.
vanilla latte.
This is Dietrich's coffee. It's just Keurig coffee, so it's not the best in the world, but it
Yeah.
works. And it's coffee.
Last week we drank chocolate milk and we thought we'd spice it up and get a little rebellious, if you know what I'm saying.
And drink coffee like
Yeah.
adults.
We're adults now.
The way I thought of that is just I'm really tired right now, so I have this coffee and then this coffee.
Yeah.
Because I need a lot of coffee right now. I'm so tired. I had a long day at work.
Yeah, we're filming this in like the late afternoon right now.
Yeah.
You just got off work.
I just got off work. We're filming this actually the day after. So the last episode you saw from last week, that was yesterday for us. Hold on. Oh, that wasn't bad. I might not cut that out.
We're fine.
We're filming this the day after last week's because Jordan is leaving for 2 weeks starting Monday.
Yep.
So we'll be recording this episode and the next episode with
Tomorrow.
John.
Yes.
We'll be filming that tomorrow, but they'll be going up on our normal schedule next Friday and the Friday after that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we're doing right now. So, but 3 sessions in 3 days is a lot of podcasts.
It's 3 hours of talking.
Yeah, it's 3 hours of talking in 3 days, which isn't a lot, but it's a lot when you can't cover the same topic twice.
Yeah. By the way, before we start, I wanted to thank you for tuning in.
Seriously, we have
that last 2 episodes have gotten a lot of support by our
Yeah.
friends and family, and we wanted to thank you right now.
we have like 70 views on the first video and like 20 views on the video that went up this morning.
Yeah, and that's a lot.
And that's a lot for us. And we have I think 9 subscribers now
Yeah, instead of 8.
instead of 8.
Yeah,
Like
1.
yesterday or last week to you.
Yes.
I'm gonna take my sunglasses off. I'm not in the sun anymore. So.
Yeah, I want to shout out Emily and David for
Who's
for
David?
going out. My friend at Biola,
Oh, nice.
very good friend. For going out of their way to tell me that my podcast our podcast looks great and that we're doing a good job. So I want to thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you for everyone that's supporting us.
Yeah, and
very
we're glad
nice.
you guys like Jack. We kind of do. So
He's all right.
Yeah, he's fine. I
He's-
guess.
eh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what are you drinking right now?
This is coffee.
Yes. You don't like put
No,
anything
it's
in
just
it?
black coffee.
Okay.
I don't enjoy putting basically anything in my coffee anymore. I used to be like way back when I started drinking coffee at the ripe old age of 10.
10, really?
No, legitimately, I started not as heavily as I do
I
now.
thought you were joking.
No, when I first started drinking coffee and like enjoying it was I'm sorry to put a little damper on things. First time I drank coffee and like enjoyed it was at my great grandfather's funeral. And that was when I was 10 years old. So that's why I know I started drinking coffee
Oh,
at
wow.
10.
I didn't start drinking coffee till like sophomore year of high school.
I didn't start drinking coffee heavily until summer after senior year of high
So,
school.
like, after
I
high school.
always liked coffee, but I didn't start drinking it heavily until I just went to a lot of coffee shops that summer. So I just got used to drinking coffee, and then I started drinking more intense coffee, and then I got into cold brew. I love cold brew, and it's intense and bitter, and I don't like anything in my coffee now. And if there's any milk in my coffee, it just makes the whole coffee taste like milk to me. I don't like it.
See, I've been drinking coffee for like 3 years now, and I don't know. The stronger it is. Okay, first of all, coffee used to taste so bad for me. I
It's
hated
definitely
the
an
taste
acquired
and
taste.
the smell of coffee.
It is an
So I
acquired
had
taste.
to put sugar in it in order to drown out that taste.
That was when I started. Yeah. That was
Yeah,
me.
and it's gotten less and less. I get a vanilla latte right now, which is like the most. It's just milk with espresso in it. So it's not that bad, I guess. I think it tastes the best. I sometimes get more coffee. Shout out to Bodhi Leaf. I go there a lot.
Bodhi Leaf Coffee Traders still has my favorite cold brew in the entire world, and I lived in Oregon for a while where they have like good coffee.
Yes.
Bodhi Leaf still has my favorite coffee in the world, my favorite cold brew in the world. And if you live near us, support them, support local business right now. So they're still open for takeout and stuff. Go buy from them.
Yes.
If anybody's that works at Bodhi is watching us, sponsor us.
Yeah.
I would actually love that more than anything.
So,
Like if we were to get a sponsorship, I would love to get sponsored by Bodhi or another coffee place, but
Except
specifically
Starbucks.
Bodhi. Except Starbucks.
Screw Starbucks.
Starbucks sucks.
Yes.
That's
I went to Starbucks every day after school, junior and senior year, to work on homework. I got the vanilla chai latte, which is probably 80% of why I had acne in high school. So much sugar, and I had one every single day. Sometimes was it 20 ounce?
the Venti, the Trenta.
No, I didn't have the Trenta. I had like the
Venti.
Venti. I don't. I've always only said small, medium, and large.
It's it's tall, grande, and Venti. I don't know why I know that. I think it's because I'm smarter than you.
Anyway, so I went to Starbucks almost every day, and then once I figured out that I'm consuming a lot of sugar, I started getting more coffee drinks. And then I'm like, oh, Starbucks coffee, that's a thing. So I did that every single day. Even like during the summer, I liked
Backup coffee.
backup coffee.
Backup
Are you already
coffee.
finished with the
I'm
other one?
done with that. I told you I'm tired.
Oh wow,
This is my backup.
you might have to
coffee.
go make some more.
Maybe when it cuts at halftime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to Starbucks every single day, had their coffee, and that's like the only experience with coffee. But then I went to other places and I realized Starbucks coffee is crap.
It's so bad. If you just go and get a black coffee, you can taste how burnt their beans are. They over roast their beans so much. It's not good. Once you get used to drinking like good coffee from like Bodhi Leaf, and then you go back and drink Starbucks coffee and just drink the coffee. Obviously they put a lot of sugar and stuff in their other stuff, so you can't taste it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just get a black coffee, it's so bad.
Yes.
It's all burnt and gross.
Yeah,
I do not endorse. And their cold brew is watery,
Yeah.
which is the worst thing a cold brew can be.
Starbucks is like the McDonald's of the coffee industry,
Yeah.
where you could tell that it's just, yes, it's probably the most popular, but it's also the cheapest. Even
I'd like
though
to. It is expensive though. All
the
coffee is
cheapest
expensive.
in quality, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yes.
Because McDonald's is now more expensive than In-N-Out.
I haven't been to McDonald's in a long time, so I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
They were the midnight runs at college,
Yeah.
back in the good old days.
The midnight runs for us were we had like an on-campus delivery service, so we had like pizzas and cookies and stuff delivered to us. It was great. What I was gonna say though is actually McDonald's has better coffee than Starbucks.
They do.
Just their black coffees
I
are better than
100% agree.
Starbucks black coffees.
100% agree. And it's like $3 cheaper.
Which is sad, and it's so cheap. It's ridiculous.
Sometimes when I go to Starbucks, I get the chai just because to bring. Okay, vanilla. Okay, Starbucks' chai is the best only because it's the most sugary.
And chai when it's sugary is good.
Well, anything sugary is good. In my opinion.
And most things sugary are good.
Yes.
You wouldn't like a sugary steak, would you?
This guy. Every time I say something, I swear.
Every time I say something, you swear.
No,
This
no,
is
no,
a
no,
bad
no.
bit. Let's continue, please.
Okay.
I don't like it. Sometimes I do that. I don't like the jokes we're making because they're boring, so I move us.
Or
I
they're
move us
just
forward.
like-
even in normal conversations, not when we're filming.
Yeah.
I'll just if I don't like jokes we're making, I'm just like, let's be done with this.
Also, but you have to end the bit when you have to finish a bit, if that makes sense.
The end. They all lived happily ever after.
That's not how you end a bit.
Coffee is good.
Yeah.
Support local business. Go to local coffee shops like Hidden House and Bodhi Leaf. And is Bear Coast still open? Like for takeout? Do you know?
Not right now,
Okay.
but after they're gonna be open for the summer.
Bear Coast has my second favorite cold brew.
I've
have
never
really
tried
good
their cold brew. Actually,
As far
I
as
have.
I remember.
I have.
As far as I remember, it was really good.
Yes.
I haven't had it in like a year, but
Actually, their chai is pretty good too.
I haven't had their chai.
It's good. I think it might be better than Starbucks in my opinion. It's good.
Yeah.
If you don't know, Bear Coast is the coffee shop on the coast in San Clemente, right?
And it's called Bear Coast because it's on the coast of California, and our flag is a bear.
If you didn't get that.
It was, what was it, like 40% of people were watching this from out of country?
Oh yeah,
From not in
okay.
the U.S., which actually just means that people are using a VPN.
Yeah,
But-
it doesn't really mean anything, but it's weird to see that 40% of
Of
people
our viewers
are.
watching from not in America.
I don't know anybody that's not in America right now. At least
Does Alaska
at
count?
least friends. Yes, it counts as in America.
Alaska's not watching this. I don't want him to.
Oh yeah, Alaska from
Mhm.
episode 1. Forgot about it.
Yeah. And that's not even me just trying to conceal his name. We literally called him Alaska.
Yeah.
Because he would always be like, well, in Alaska, and then say whatever.
Yeah, that's
He
it.
did that so much, so we just started calling him Alaska.
There was at Biola. There isn't really anybody that I absolutely hate. Everyone's kind of chill.
There are definitely people from OSU that I hated.
If anything, there's people that are too forward about opinions, but that's just people in general.
That's
anyway.
just people sometimes.
But they're probably either more
As
political.
long as
though.
their opinions don't differ from yours.
I think my biggest pet peeve about people is when people are too political, or that they don't like other people because of different beliefs.
My least favorite kind of person is the one that doesn't agree with me.
That's
Do you agree?
yes. I agree.
Okay.
What kind of music have you been listening to lately? He's drinking. So, he's drinking. He's drinking a lot. Did you
Hold
just, are you just downing that whole thing right now?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to make some more?
Oh, wait.
Okay.
We'll see. Music I'm listening to right now. Oh, did I get coffee on me? That's a bummer. Music I'm listening to. I'm going to be distracted
That's
by
like-
this
that's like
coffee
your
on my
third-
hands for the rest of the
That's like your third
the
time
rest of
saying
the
it. Do you want to
night.
say it again, or?
No. I've been listening to a lot of stuff because at my job I can have earbuds in all the time. So I get to listen to about 6 hours of whatever I want every day. So music gets boring really fast when you're doing that. So I've been listening to a lot of stuff lately.
Yeah. Like what?
Like the other day I went from to sum up the weird range of music I'm listening to right now. I was listening to one of our friend Aubrey's playlists on Spotify. It's just like a like indie, I think, indie alternative kind
Yeah.
of stuff, but like
She
a
listens to
specific
indie,
kind,
more
um,
indie than alternative.
a very specific vibe, and I was having a very weird day that day. So I listened to that, but then I went from that to Hamilton, which I haven't listened to in months.
That's a big jump.
So that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm just trying to find music now that brings me any amount of pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been listening to podcasts too.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to shout out any?
Well, the one I listen to most is probably Tiny Meat Gang, starring Cody Ko and Noel Miller.
Mine is Gus and Eddie,
yeah.
Gus Johnson and Eddie Burback, two of my favorite YouTubers too. So if you want to check them out.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, so I've been listening to a lot of different. Like today, I was listening to the Front Bottoms a lot. Shout out Front Bottoms.
yeah, that's
Who I
probably
haven't
your
listened
most
to in a
listened to
while.
artist, right?
Maybe
I feel like at
Like-
least when you're talking about what you've been listening to, you say Front Bottoms
because
frequently.
I always enjoy the Front Bottoms.
Yeah, like,
Whoa.
you see that?
Whoa.
I sucked through my straw.
No,
and
I saw that.
my
Was,
mouth wasn't completely.
that was weird. Now we both have coffee.
We're keeping
on
that
us.
in.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
weird.
A
Ugh.
car just drove
Ugh.
by, so I hope it doesn't sound too bad.
That's gross.
Um,
I just spit all over. Anyway, Front Bottoms.
Front Bottoms. I always enjoy the Front Bottoms. Like, I'll get bored of. I mean, I'll get bored of them sometimes too because you get
That's
bored of
just
things.
everything.
But I'll get bored of whatever else I'm listening to, and the Front Bottoms is always a good alternative, pretty much. Like I'm always just like, oh, I can listen to the Front Bottoms, and that'll be fun. I
Yeah.
always like the Front Bottoms, but I wouldn't even call them my favorite band. They just might be the only band that I consistently enjoy listening to.
I think Front Bottoms is one of the most consistent bands in terms of all their songs from all their albums is equally good.
Yeah, they're all really good.
Yeah, most artists is like, this is a very good album. This album was okay.
Yeah.
And Front Bottoms is just not that. So that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, so I mean, I was listening to them today.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to them in a while, so it was good to get back to them.
Mhm.
I like listening to Bowling for Soup every now and then.
Yeah.
Bowling for Soup and Front Bottoms and like a couple other bands here and there.
Like
What's that?
angsty. Like
That's not angst. That's
What's-
surfer. Angst is that's rock. What is punk? Does punk
Punk
have
is this. This is punk.
Punk does this too, right?
This is punk / punk rock, right?
Punk and rock, like metal, right? Don't metalheads
No,
do
metal
this
is.
too?
Oh, this is like. Do you know what this means?
The devil.
Yeah, devil horns.
So it's it's metal too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is anything that has like a electric guitar.
Yeah. Anything that has a guitar.
Rebel equals rebel. Anyway.
Yeah. So every now like they're Front Bottoms and Bowling for Soup are two bands I always kind of fall back on. If I get bored listening to something else, I'm always just like, oh, I can listen to Front Bottoms or Bowling for Soup, and then I have like a classic rock playlist and a indie alternative playlist, which I think I'm gonna make a new one soon.
It's been a while.
But I've been running out of.
It's been over a year now, huh?
I don't know. Yeah, it's probably been about a year now.
You could probably find stuff you've been listening to from the last couple of years and throw them in a playlist.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be easy.
Yeah, it would.
Any fallback artists / bands? I think Queen would be number one. It is my favorite band.
Queen.
I think they're very consistent in my opinion. But here's the thing: it's not like the mainstream Queen songs like "Don't Stop Me Now." I'm actually kind of sick of "Don't Stop Me Now," and by kind I mean a lot.
Everyone, it's always on.
It's always on,
and it is an amazing song.
It's great.
It is a great song, but it's overplayed now.
Yes. Like a really good example is Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm starting to like the ballad / piano part of the song more than the a cappella version, and that's what's famous about the song.
Yeah.
And
I'm trying to limit my listening to some things like that,
mainstream?
like Bohemian Rhapsody, so I can still enjoy them.
Yes.
Because Bohemian Rhapsody is one of the greatest rock songs of all time.
I think I wrote an essay in my rhetorical act class freshman year of college that Queen is one of the best bands of all time. / Bohemian Rhapsody is the best song of all time, and I wrote a 5-page essay on it. It was great.
I'm gonna give you my answer, and then I'll ask you the same question.
Okay.
So I always say this. If I could go back and don't do that. I'm trying to talk.
I'm finished with my coffee.
This is not an ASMR. No. I'm gonna keep talking over you so you can't do
okay,
it.
fine. Whatever. Anyway, your question.
We're not doing ASMR. If I could go back in time and see any band, it would be Queen with Freddie Mercury, obviously, not Adam Lambert. It is Adam Lambert.
It is right now.
Yeah.
I saw them for my birthday I saw them for my birthday last summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. Which you enjoyed, right?
Wasn't
it really good? Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
There's some songs that
Which
only
sounds
Brian
fun.
May and Roger Taylor, the drummer, sing. So
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
yes.
And I do think I would enjoy it too, but I would have a problem going to see Queen without Freddie Mercury.
It is different, but I think he fills the role well. Right now, Adam Lambert says in the beginning, I am not Freddie Mercury. I'm not trying to mimic him. I am simply here to celebrate him and give him a tribute. And
That's good.
It's very warm, and he does a very good job. He is a great singer. He's no Freddie Mercury, but he's a great singer. He does the songs justice.
Good.
Do the song does
He does
the
does their music justice.
does their nice dude.
I am good at English.
Anyway, I too would see Queen.
Yeah.
in
If
their
I could
prime.
choose a band, it would be Queen in their prime.
Yes.
Like probably Live Aid Queen. And not just because of the movie, but
That's a good movie,
Live
though.
Aid. It is Bohemian Rhapsody is actually an amazing movie.
Yes.
But Live Aid just seems like it would have been so much fun to be at.
Yep. When I went to see Adam Lambert and Queen, it was Brian May, the guitarist's birthday.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's
and
really cool.
one of Brian May's things is that he never takes a break. He never takes a what's it called? Intermission. He never takes an intermission off stage.
Really?
So when the band, and that's what most bands do in concerts.
Well, yeah, why does he? Do you know why he doesn't?
I don't know.
He just doesn't.
He just doesn't want to get off stage, I guess.
Respect for that. I gotta respect that.
Yeah, like when the drummer and Adam Lambert went off stage for intermission, he just played the guitar for 20 minutes.
Oh, that's really cool.
It's really cool.
That is really cool.
But one of
respect.
But one of the parts of the concert, he was the only one in like the front. You know how stages are like this, and they have like this little I don't know. I can't think of lingo right now, but he was in front of that.
Catwalk.
Sure. Yeah, the catwalk. That's a good. Yeah.
Yeah.
He sat on a stool and he played, and it was his birthday,
Yeah.
so he played "Love of My Life,"
Oh.
which I think is one of the best songs of all time, and I
Really?
truly believe that.
Wow.
Yes.
It is a great song.
And he played it with an acoustic guitar, and I don't know. Everybody's like lights for their phones were out, and everyone sang along. See?
I'm not gonna. We get copywritten. I
Yes,
don't want to.
but I think that was one of the best moments for me is "Love of My Life," just because of how much he loved the song. You can tell that
Yeah.
he was connected to Freddie like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was good.
Yeah. I just one of the great things about what I would have liked going to see, that was a terrible sentence. One of the best things I think about seeing Queen live during their heyday would have been just the chemistry between the band.
Yeah.
Between everybody in the band. I mean, obviously, yeah, I'd be there for Freddie Mercury, if I'm going to be completely honest. Because he is probably my favorite performer of all time. Just if you go back and watch any of the recordings of any of the shows they played, he is one of the most unique and enthusiastic and awesome
Stage artists.
stage artists of all time. And the way he interacted with the crowd and got them doing stuff with him.
I was gonna say that he was one of the first people to do that.
Yeah, and that's why, I mean, obviously I would go for Freddie Mercury, but just the chemistry they all had with each other too. Like, if you go back, like I said, and watch any of their recordings, you can see them, like, they're enjoying themselves for most of the time.
Yes.
They're happy to be doing what they're doing with each other. So
Yes.
it's just, they're probably my favorite band of all time. If I were to, and I always have a hard time doing favorites of anything.
Yeah.
Because I know too many things. But if I were to pick, Queen would be my favorite band of all time.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
They've always been since I was a kid. People like Billy Joel and Elton John have been up there. Michael
Yeah.
I had a Michael Jackson phase.
I had a Michael Jackson phase in middle school.
I didn't even know. Yeah, I didn't even know he existed until he died.
Until he
in
died. Neither
2009.
did I. I
And
remember.
then- yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead. Go
I
ahead.
still. Where were you when you figured out Michael Jackson?
I actually
died?
do remember.
I was walking downstairs in my Minnesota house. I used to live in Minnesota, and my mom was on her laptop, and she had a huge gas like, oh, Michael Jackson died, and I'm like, who? And then she played Thriller, and I'm like, oh, I know that song.
Oh yeah.
And okay, I had a PS3, and like, you know how it had PlayStation Move, which is their version of
The
motion controls.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. I do
Um,
remember that. Yeah. Those
For
were
my
dumb
birthday
from
that
what I
year,
heard.
or for Christmas or something, I got the Michael Jackson Experience, which is Just Dance but with Michael Jackson songs.
Oh, that doesn't sound fun.
Oh, it was so fun. Are you kidding
No,
me?
it kind of sounds. That actually does.
It
kinda
sounded
sound fun.
it was really fun. Everyone from my neighborhood came to my house just to play that game, and I fell in love with Michael Jackson and his music. I think "Smooth Criminal" is his best song. That's because
Really?
it's true. Oh yeah, in my opinion, at least.
No,
Well,
that's
what else
fair.
would be his best song?
I don't know. I don't have an answer for that.
Yeah,
but
because there isn't an answer for that.
I've never heard. I should talk at the mic. I've never heard someone actually say "Smooth Criminal" is a favorite song.
Really?
Though I don't talk about Michael Jackson a lot.
That's true, me neither.
so I don't really. There's not a lot to compare to.
But yeah, that game made me fall in love with him for like a couple of years.
I liked him a lot for a couple years. But I didn't know who he was until he died. Like, obviously I knew like Thriller and
I was
stuff
9.
because everybody knows, which means I was 9.
Mhm.
I was probably 9.
Or 8.
I was either 8 or 9. Because wasn't it during the summer?
I don't remember when.
Because I'm pretty sure it was during the summer. Because if I'm remembering correctly, I was at a summer camp
Really?
in like 3rd grade or whatever, and there was like a TV there or something, and they turned on the news or whatever, and somebody was like, Michael Jackson has died, and I was like, who?
Mhm.
So I remember people kind of talking about it.
It was a huge deal.
Yeah. So one of my little tangent, whatever.
It's fine.
One of my mom's best friends in the world loved Michael Jackson. Like, loved Michael Jackson, and she actually cried when he died. Like, she loved Michael Jackson.
I don't
Yeah.
think.
Sorry, can you put that on the ground?
Yeah,
Just
thanks.
because it gets hot when it's right now. I've set water bottles here before, and they actually melted,
Yeah,
so I don't
that
want
makes
to.
sense.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll actually. I don't think I'll ever cry hearing that any celebrity.
That a celebrity died, yeah.
Died. Even if it's like Elton John or Billy Joel, because they're getting in the old,
Yeah.
or like John Lennon. Yeah,
Or Freddie Mercury.
It would suck, but I don't think I've ever.
Would you have cried when Freddie Mercury died?
Probably not.
Bro, yeah, I don't. Like, obviously, I love certain celebrities and everything, like Freddie Mercury. I'm passionate about them, but I've never felt that much attachment to a celebrity to cry when they died.
Yeah, it would. I don't know. They're not gods to me, you know.
They're not gods to me. That's a good quote, maybe title.
They're not gods to me.
Talking about celebrities.
I am copying right. Copying right.
I am copying right.
I am copying right. He's copying left. Welcome to the We Hate Things podcast.
No, we already did that. It started already.
Anyway, what I'm listening to now.
Yes.
I haven't listened to Queen in a while.
What are you listening to now?
Last year / summer, I listened to a lot of Queen and Elton John just because I don't know. I was just on a high.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm trying to listen to more upbeat indie right now. I have a couple of suggestions for that, but like I'm also looking for 60s / 70s upbeat stuff. So like the Monkees.
The Monkees
right
are
now?
great.
Yes. The Monkey. I have a list. Hold
More
on.
than just "I'm a Believer," but that is a good song.
Yes. I think "I'm a Believer" is not even top 5 for them.
Really?
Yes.
I should listen. I've heard a lot of their stuff. My dad loved them, so I heard a lot of their stuff when I was little.
Yeah.
But I should go through and just like actually listen to them.
She Makes Me Laugh is the song.
I heard that yesterday
by the Monkees.
I was listening to one of your playlists.
I was gonna say,
the new one,
yeah.
the post thing summer.
I'm making a summer playlist right now.
Yeah.
So.
And I didn't know that was by them, and then I listened to it. And I was like, this is by the Monkees.
Yeah.
This is a good song.
It's a very good song.
It was already a good song, and I was like, oh, it's by the Monkees. That's
Yeah.
great. I love the Monkees.
So stuff like that. I'm listening to more T-Rex too.
T-Rex.
Trex.
Trex. Deborah. Like just like copyright. I don't know how much of a song you have to sing.
I think it's
to
like
get-
2 seconds.
If you change a note though, it's fine because it's not the same song.
Yep. There's a song called Chevy Van, Doctor My Eyes. Do you remember that song in
Yeah.
Endgame when Hulk and Rocket were driving to New Asgard? It's by
No.
the Kinks. It's really good.
I love the Kinks.
Yes.
I don't remember what song was playing though. I might have known the song.
It's called Super Rocket Ship or something, and it's really good actually. I'll play it for you after. But
Okay.
if you follow me on Instagram, I will have my Spotify, a list of my Spotify playlists as a Instagram story memory thing. So check that out. Jordan.cakish. I have pretty good stuff.
You
It's
can
it's my only hobby.
my Spotify is the same as my Instagram. It's Noah Margie. No caps or spaces or anything. It's just my name.
Yeah.
Which I spelled in the last episode, which means you have to go back and watch the last episode to find out how it's spelled.
Did you actually?
Yeah, because we were talking about our Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
Twitter. And I knew people wouldn't know how to spell Margie.
Mirjy.
That's not... wait, no, I want people to find it. But you got to go to the last episode and find it. That's
Yeah,
not
sorry.
it. You
Either
didn't-
guess or
That's not actually it. There's an H in there. Or is there?
there's an H in one of your names. It's this.
There's actually 2 H's in 2 of my names. I have a middle name. Two H's in 2 separate names. There's an H in an
Okay, that makes more
H
sense.
in each name.
He actually has.
I have a middle name. You'll never know what it is. That's gonna be my new shtick. I'm never
forgot
gonna.
your middle name.
I'm never gonna tell the podcast what my middle name is.
Do you remember my middle name? Do you know my middle name?
I might not even know it.
Yeah, you probably.
Mine is a
don't.
very basic one. I don't.
I could probably guess.
Yours is like Jacob or something.
No. Okay, I have a story about that.
But Jacob,
Yes, by just the name
a
Jacob.
guy named Jacob. Oh,
No.
I'm watching Lost.
By the way, happy
guy
birthday,
named Jacob.
Jacob. He lives on my floor, and it's his birthday today.
who's
So happy
Jacob?
birthday. Huh?
Have I met him?
No.
Happy birthday, Jacob.
But anyway,
is he watching?
almost every new place where I connect with people in, whether it's a workplace, whether it's just like a coffee shop, people always mistake me as Jacob.
Really?
Grace, people called me Jacob for the longest time.
Grace was our high school. We went to church at a
Yeah, it's our
place
youth group.
named Grace in high school. Our youth group.
It's like, oh, is it Jacob? And it's like, no, Jordan. And they always say, oh, you look like a Jacob.
Really? And that was off the cuff.
These are these are distinct places. They do not
Wow.
connect at all.
Well, Grace and
Okay.
Grace was our. I mean, not Grace was our youth pastor. Scott was our youth pastor at Grace, and he also went to Biola.
Yeah.
And his address is.
Try to find that.
I actually don't know his address.
That was censored.
It's in Washington.
Yeah.
Find him. His name is Scott.
He's in Washington. Find him.
Find him and bring him to me.
My academic advisor at college
Speaking of
called
Scott.
me Jacob.
Really? What is it? What is it with you?
I don't know.
You and Jacob.
My name's Jordan, by the way. Anyway.
I've been called multiple things. People people never think. Well, not never. Sometimes people don't think I look like a Noah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't picture you.
Because we've known each other for a long time. I
Yes.
can't picture you as anything other than Jordan. Anyway, because I have a segue now because we were talking about Scott. We're playing D&D tonight, which I almost forgot about.
Oh.
So
I am
we're
so excited.
we're in the middle of a session with our old youth pastor.
Yes.
He's really good at DMing. Scott, if you're watching this, you're doing a great job.
He's not.
I'm gonna tell him about it tonight. I'm gonna
Okay.
tell him to watch it.
Cool.
You're doing a great job if you're watching this in the future.
Yes.
I mean, this won't be out until next week anyway. So last Friday we played D&D, and here's how it was. We can't.
Thank you. Okay. Our campaign is really good.
Yeah.
It's like
We're doing it like online because everyone's in different places.
Yeah.
There's 6 of us
Mhm.
plus the DM.
yes.
Yes.
Oh wow, that is
yeah,
a lot.
7 basically. Well, 6-person
6
party and then Scott as our DM.
Yeah.
So 7 people total.
Mhm.
But it's going really well so far.
Yes.
And we're playing tonight, and I'm excited.
Yeah. I'm playing as a warlock that looks like Aladdin and has a genie.
Oh, for those of you who don't know, which is going to be none of you, but D&D stands for Ducks and Dungeons,
Yes.
or Dungeons and Drama, or
No. Ducks and
Darlings
Dungeons.
and Damsels. That's
What are you doing, man?
Drinks and Does. Dairy and. That wasn't that funny. I'm sorry for making that go on.
If you stayed after that, thank you.
I'm
and
sorry for making that
apologize.
go on for so long. That wasn't that funny. I might cut that out, to be honest.
No, don't. You can't do that. Nope. It's in forever.
Anyway, Dungeons and Dragons. Yes, Ducks and Dungeons.
Yes.
Um,
It's fun.
you're playing as a sorcerer. No, wizard.
What, me?
You're playing as a wizard.
Warlock.
Warlock. That's all. They're all different things, which is weird.
Weird.
You're playing as a warlock. What's your name? Your character's name, not
wait,
your
what is
name.
my name?
Your name's Jordan. You forgot your. I know your name.
Bully Dooley.
His name is Bully Dooley.
Bully Dooley.
How is that spelled? Because
Bullydula.
Okay.
A Y. Blah 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 blah. But yeah,
Scott keeps saying Bully Dolly.
that's fine. I don't care.
Yeah.
What's your character?
So I'm playing as Ranger, Triton. Yeah, I don't know the order you're supposed to say things in.
Yeah.
A Horizon Walker Ranger. That's my class and subclass, in the opposite order. Ranger's my class. Horizon Walker is my subclass. Triton is my race, which is an underwater person, like blue skin and like fins on their calves and whatever, and their forearms. And I have a trident as my weapon.
What's your name?
Oh, my name. So for context, I made my character. He's never been out of the ocean. He's lived in the ocean his entire life. He's never stepped foot on land. And he's seen land and stuff. He knows what it is, but his name given to him by his father is Dirt Landton.
Spelled Landton.
DIRT space LANDTON.
Dirt
Landton.
Landton. The
He's
man that's
never been out of the water.
land.
He's never been out of the water.
It's great.
We should have talked about D&D yesterday when Jack was here. Jack's in our campaign
Yeah.
too.
But
But we were on a roll yesterday.
the big three.
Last week.
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah, not yesterday. Last week.
Me, Noah, and Jack did a campaign, like a mini campaign with
Last
Scott last summer.
It was really
and
fun.
it was super fun. It was only like 8 hours.
It was
15 hours.
So, yeah. Go ahead.
It was 15 hours. We visited him in Washington, and during the summer, and we only had a weekend, so we fit a 15-hour campaign over the weekend.
Yeah.
And that's all we did.
We were
much.
there for like 48 to 50, 54 hours. I don't know. It's somewhere in that span, between 50 and 55 hours.
Yeah.
And 15 of those hours was us playing D&D.
And that's it.
That's it.
Yeah. It was fun. It was very
really,
fun.
It was such a good campaign.
That was our first campaign
Even
ever.
though it was really short. It wasn't my first campaign ever.
Oh, yeah,
It was the first
you
one I
played
ever
before.
finished. I played one other one before that, but we never finished. It was with people at college and whatever.
Great.
So yeah, that was my second one ever. It's a lot better the second time around actually because you're used to it, and you can kind of play around with stuff. So it's a lot better the second time around, and it's even better the third time around.
And we're very annoying players because we try to do stuff that I know that DMs will hate.
Specifically our DM Scott, because our entire mission while we went to Grace was to annoy him basically.
We apologize greatly.
Yeah, we have.
We were high schoolers.
But it was also for comedy. We weren't actually trying to annoy, and he enjoyed most of it.
He is like
He's very funny too, and he was in.
he
on
developed
it.
a lot of our personality.
Yeah, a lot of our comedy comes from him.
Yeah.
Scott, if you're watching this, why'd you do that to us?
Also, why are you watching?
Why are you watching? Wait, no, watch.
Yeah, we love you.
Go back to the first episode. I'll link it at the end of this one.
Yeah.
I linked the last episode. You know how you can do little pop-ups at the end that you can click on.
I saw that. I'm like, oh,
I
you
figured
figured
that
it
out in the last episode.
And our channel too.
And the channel.
That was good.
I would have done it. I actually figured out in the first episode, but you have to do your channel and another video or a playlist.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So and we only had one video, so I couldn't link it to another video.
Might as well make a playlist too.
Yeah.
That's easier.
I'm gonna end up making a playlist when we get a few more episodes in and just have them in order, so you can click on the first one and just let it autoplay if you
you're
want
super-
to.
if you're super
yeah,
bored.
if you're super bored, you can just let it autoplay through instead of having to go back to the beginning, like scroll back to the beginning and keep clicking on the next episode. So I'll do that once we get a few more episodes in.
Oh yeah. By the way, remember last episode, you and Jack told me to watch Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
I'm halfway through the first episode.
Yeah, you liking it? It's only the first episode.
It's okay.
It gets better.
Okay.
What has happened so far?
They're still introducing the characters. I don't really know anybody's name except Peaky Blinders.
You mean
Thomas.
the gang?
Yeah.
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 Thomas Shelby is the
Thomas
main
Shelby.
character, played by Cillian Murphy,
Yes.
who's Scarecrow in the Dark Knight
That's
trilogy.
what I know him as.
Yeah,
He's also
so
in
I
Inception.
figured. He's also in Inception.
Yeah.
He's
Anyway,
a really good actor. He's going
it's
to be
o-
in the next Quiet Place.
Really?
Yeah, he's in the.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It's okay. I can't understand it because it's British. I have to put on subtitles.
The thing is, I can because for a lot of my formative years, I watched Doctor Who heavily, so I got really used to British accents.
I can't.
So I can decipher them pretty well.
And these are like heavy.
And
British
these are
accents.
heavy British. I mean, so to explain the show a little bit, it's about an English gang in I think it starts in like 19.
The end of World War One.
Yeah, so it starts in like 1920 or something like that. I think it's 1917.
It was after like 1919 because
think
it was
'cause
after
they-
World War One.
Was
World
it
War
after?
One
I thought they just came back. Whatever.
World War One ended.
So
1918.
1919, 1920, somewhere right around there. And it's about a gang in England, and it's really good. Thomas Shelby is one of the coolest characters I've seen in anything ever. I haven't even finished it. I'm only through like the second season. There's like 3 or 4
There's
seasons
5.
now. Oh, there are 5 now. I'm only through the second or third season. I haven't watched it in a while. I don't know why, but I love the show. It's a really good show.
I might watch it. I don't know.
Just keep watching it. It gets really cool.
I might as well have
gets
something in the background
Yeah.
anyway. So
So just keep watching it, and if after a few episodes, if you don't like it, then it's just not for you. That's understandable.
speaking of
But
TV
give it a
shows,
chance.
though, I finished The Good Place for the second time again. Well, not finish it through season 3 because season 4 isn't on Hulu or Netflix. So then I'm not gonna go out of my way to
Yeah.
watch the season 4.
Yeah.
I watched it with Ashton my
Place.
first time, and I just watched it all in like a week the second time. It's a good show, man.
What a good show.
It's good.
What
All
a
the
good show.
characters are good in their own way, especially Eleanor. I love
Yeah,
Eleanor.
Eleanor and her character development is great.
Yeah, in
and I
every
love
way.
Chidi, too.
I'm trying not to spoil anything.
Yeah. I love Chidi too.
And it's full of philosophy, and they explain it so well, and they base episodes on it, and
Yeah,
it's just
all about moral philosophy. That's like that's the main thing of the show. But
it's
is
about
a comedy.
It's about how you can be a better person.
Yeah.
How you can become a better person,
Yeah.
even if you think you can't.
And it is a comedy still. It's not just about that, but a big portion of the show is moral philosophy.
Yes.
And you'll figure out why in the first episode. But so like Chidi, I don't want to spoil anything, but at a lot of points of the show, there's like stuff written on whiteboards and stuff, and Chidi is trying to teach somebody about moral philosophy. Chidi's just one of the characters. He's trying to teach somebody about moral philosophy, and so there's a bunch of stuff written on whiteboards and stuff, and he teaches a lot of different stuff, like in depth. And every single thing he says, everything written on every single whiteboard, even if you only see it for half a second, was fact-checked by actual like moral philosophy professors to make sure everything is accurate. And the fact that the show is a comedy and they still did that means that it's something special. It's made by Michael Schur, who also did didn't he do Parks and Rec?
Did he? It makes
was
sense.
That Michael
it's like
Schur?
the same comedy.
He did something. He did either Parks
I know
and
it's the
Rec
same
or,
studio, so it makes sense.
yeah, he did one of
that.
those other comedies. So and he's just a really good director, and everything is super detailed and very well done. I would highly recommend it.
Yes.
The first time I watched it, so I had people telling me to watch it for a while. There were people that like, oh, you'd really like this show, and then I started watching it, and watched all 3 seasons in one day. That's how much I liked the show when I started it.
It has less than 40 episodes. They're 20.
Yeah,
long.
it's super easy to watch.
What The Good Place does is they do a cliffhanger after every single episode, and it's hard to stop.
Yeah,
I noticed that the second time.
You need to know what's gonna happen in the next episode, so you have to keep watching.
They do that every single time, even from season to season. Where are we at?
We're at 41 minutes
Already?
Dude, we're rolling. This is gonna get so much easier.
But yeah,
we're actually getting used to this now, and now it's actually like a conversation instead of a production like the first one was. I watched back the first one. Well, I mean, I talked about it in the last episode. I've watched it 3 times now. And it was pretty janky.
Hella choppy.
But obviously, we're just getting used to it, and we're still getting used to it. But it's already better.
Yeah.
I was just really stressed for the first one because although I knew only a few people were gonna watch it, I was still stressed because I was trying to make something.
Yeah, and then he realized it's just a conversation.
It's just a conversation. I mean, I knew that beforehand, but I still wanted it to be good.
Yeah.
And I got into like the producer mindset, and I like kept telling myself that I needed to make everything perfect. So I've decided to never produce anything ever again.
He texted me either just setting up for the first episode, and he said,
it was like the day before we first recorded.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm super stressed. I feel like a producer in that I have to get everything done. And I'm like, that's dumb. That's what I said.
And I texted him and I said, never let me produce anything ever again.
Yeah.
Though I could probably produce something now because I'm better.
Yeah.
I figured out that it's
not that hard.
Actually, this show is just a conversation. So if I was producing a real show, I'd probably be really stressed.
I acted in just a short film for people at my college.
Yeah.
Biola is known for having a lot of cinema media art students. They produce a lot of stuff. And my friend Jalen, he made a movie and he asked me to act in it. It was like a two character 5-minute film. It had like 50 shots in it, and it took a whole 3 days to do, and it was tiring. Yeah. I can't even imagine the stress it takes every single
to do an entire movie or like an entire show spanning for seasons. If
multiple
you're a producer,
takes for short shots.
Yeah, if you're a producer or an actor, or I feel like if you're involved in the making of any type of show or movie or whatever, you're just stressed all the time.
Every time, like.
I imagine you get used to it eventually. At least some people, but some people you just got to be so stressed the whole time.
Yep.
I don't get it, especially directing, man. I
never do that.
Like I was thinking about going into like CMA, before we went to college and everything, because I really like movies and stuff, and I was like, I think it would be really cool to be able to direct a movie.
Yeah.
But that seems so stressful. Yeah. I feel like it would still be fun after finishing, but during I would be so stressed the entire time.
Yep.
I think it would still be fun to produce or to direct things.
I thought about it a lot because in middle school I did the video production for like the morning announcements and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And I took away my lunches, like my lunch recess parts, just to work on my projects, and it was kind of stressful, but it felt really good. I loved editing. I loved filming. It was I was a theater kid before middle school. Do you know that?
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was a theater kid in middle school. Did you know that?
No.
And just in 7th grade.
We'll get to that. That's really cool.
Maybe.
Uh, but
It wasn't great.
So I was used to being on stage, but I realized that I like being behind the camera more, because it's so fun to have. First of all, it's good to have control because if you're behind the camera, you have a lot of control.
Yeah.
But it feels good. But I moved away from that because I don't have the equipment or the time.
Yeah, it is expensive doing stuff like if you're trying to be like a self-starter and you're not getting like anybody to sponsor you or anything, like any
Takes a lot of
bigger
commitment.
companies to help you do it, like you gotta spend a lot of money on this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't afford it, first of all.
Yeah.
But also it'd just be really stressful. I do think it would be really fun though, or to act in a movie. If I could, I feel like, and I don't know if this is actually true, but I feel like I could actually be a decent actor if I got over the being embarrassed to act part.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean by embarrassed is to act is to do things that are embarrassing, but to not be embarrassed by them because everyone knows you're acting. So if I could get past the being embarrassed to do embarrassing things, I feel like I could be a decent actor. But I don't know if that's true. I'll never know, maybe, unless I act in something.
The professional actor that I am, I can tell you that that goes away if everyone takes it seriously as much as you do. I would know that because I have acted in a professional thing before. So.
But what
So,
about
yeah.
all the people watching?
4.
They're
so
not taking it seriously.
They actually were very.
Who?
Jalen
was
and
this?
his project.
What was the project?
Um,
Just sum it up. Like, what was the movie?
The movie was a zero dialogue movie. It was a horror thing where it was me, a very lazy roommate that goes around trudging everywhere, doesn't pick up his stuff, and his roommate, my roommate, leaves post-it notes everywhere, just to tell me stuff to do, like take out the trash, please, or this is your chicken that's spoiled in the freezer, blah blah blah, and the whole thing.
Spoiled in the freezer.
I don't know, man. I'm making stuff up. Like I didn't flush the toilet. I didn't put away the toothpaste.
You were the lazy roommate.
Yes.
Okay.
So the whole first minute is me waking up and going to work and seeing all the post-it notes, and then when I get back from, work, I'm like really tired, and then I get back and all my stuff is gone. Even the post-it notes are gone, and then I go to my room and all my stuff except for the bed frame was gone, and then I go out in the hallway, and the hallway is full of post-it notes saying "run," blah 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 blah, and then I hear the door slam. Behind me, and then I slowly open it, and then my roommate is eating a chair leg, and it's supposed to be that he ate all my stuff. And that was the
Was
movie.
it supposed to be a comedy? Because I'm laughing at it now.
It's supposed to be surprising.
Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be. I feel like if I was watching that, I'd just laugh. At
Yeah,
the end.
I think you're supposed to.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
That's wow. That's interesting.
And I was told I was really good. I know
That's good.
I'm gloating a lot, but I'm kind of better than any actor you've ever seen ever. So
I've done a little.
Call me.
I've done acting in a little short film that I never got to see.
really,
Because freshman year of high school, I was waiting for my dad or mom to come pick me up or whatever. I was hanging out with my friend Jed, and his sister or something. They were making a short film on campus, and they wanted Jed to do a part, but Jed didn't want to do it or something. I don't remember why, but they asked if I could do it, and I was like, I guess, and I was embarrassed because, like I was talking about, I get embarrassed when I'm acting. So I was kind of embarrassed, and they were like, don't worry, nobody at school is going to see this. They were putting it in, like, some film, or maybe it was just a project, or they were putting it in a film, whatever, competition. So I just had this one small part. I had, like, 2 lines where I had to go up and try to, like, flirt with a girl. And apparently I did well.
really.
They told me I did well. I was a freshman in high school and embarrassed if anybody looked at me. Don't
You
look
know how
at me
freshmen are.
Don't look at me or I'll kill myself. So, but they told me I did good, but I never actually saw the movie, so I don't know for sure. Maybe we should start making shorts.
No.
The movie
I actually
shorts.
have a lot of skit ideas
Yeah.
that I want to film, but never have the time or energy or commitment to.
We could-
But they're in my phone.
We could do skits.
I don't know.
We could
They're
make
in my phone.
We could make another channel for skits.
Maybe we just post it on here.
Oh yeah, we should just do
I
it
don't
on
know.
here
Maybe.
for our brand.
But I do have skit ideas.
That's good.
Yeah.
I could probably think of some if I tried.
Skit short films is probably my favorite part of film in general.
Yeah.
Because I think they're the most original. Anyway.
I think I would do mostly comedies.
Oh yeah, me too.
Or doing skits.
Yeah.
Because like short, sweet, right to the punch comedy is like the best in film at least.
Punchline. Right to the punch.
Ha.
I need to write that one down.
How did we even get here?
I don't know.
But no, I mean, yeah, I feel like I might be a decent actor if I could get over the embarrassment of acting.
If you're ever in the neighborhood and Jalen's filming something,
Let me know.
I'll let you know.
I
He's
feel
doing
like-
a lot of big projects though, and they're actually like getting theater kids and people that want to go into the actual industry doing stuff. But
Oh, nice.
I don't know.
Good for him.
Yeah.
He's gonna do something.
He's doing
probably.
great.
Or,
Shout out to Jalen.
or he's not. Who
We'll
knows?
see.
Who knows?
Well, you just covered every base.
I have covered everything. Now I will always be right.
Yeah. You never watched huge tangent. You never
Yeah,
watched
yeah.
Parks and Rec, right?
I mean, I've seen quite a few episodes.
Okay.
But I've never just watched through it. No.
Because they just did a quarantine episode, and it's really good.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, it's very funny. The same actors for every main character did their most famous roles, and they did it perfectly. They remembered everything, and it's good. And now Community's doing the same thing almost.
Aren't they just doing a table read?
They're doing a table read, but even actors like Donald Glover, who
Who
is silent about
he
that
hasn't
kind of
yeah
stuff
he hasn't associated himself with Community since he left
since
the
he
show.
left. Yeah.
Which I don't know why. He doesn't do as much comedy stuff anymore. He's trying to be a serious.
When he's Donald Glover,
artist.
when he's acting, he knows he's like a comedic person. But when he's like in the music industry, he's like serious.
He's serious,
which is weird.
yeah.
It's very weird dynamic.
Yeah.
But
But
Donald Glover,
I respect him for trying to branch out from just comedy. That's good for him.
Donald Glover is one of my favorite and most. I respect him the most in Hollywood. He's just my
He's-
favorite actor slash
Yeah. He's really good.
performer, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I like his music, Childish Gambino. I like his acting. I like his comedy stuff. He has like a couple of stand-up specials, so that's good.
Weirdo's really funny.
It's very good.
Weirdo.
And it's his Community days. So
Weirdo's
it's
on Netflix, right?
pretty sure.
Yeah, watch
I
Weirdo.
watched it on Netflix.
Watch Weirdo.
It's good.
It's funny.
Watch Community.
Watch Community as
My
well.
favorite show.
Yeah. You keep telling. Well, I need to finish season 5 of Community. I think.
Yeah. It's also worth. It's also worth to rewatch 1 through 3.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
I put it on the background now since it's on Netflix. So.
yeah.
I
can't wait for. We already talked about this yesterday, so we're not going to talk about it a lot. But I can't wait for The Last Airbender to get back on Netflix.
So good.
One of the greatest shows I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Period. And the greatest animated show I've ever seen.
Phineas and Ferb's up there though.
Oh, of course. So for me, my top 3 animated shows would be, let's see, Last Airbender, Phineas and Ferb, Gravity Falls, probably.
Yeah.
And then Clone Wars would be right under that.
Yeah. For me, it's Phineas and Ferb, Avatar now, and SpongeBob
Actually,
has to be there.
Would Gravity Falls be above Phineas and Ferb just because it has an actual story?
So
and
what?
the story is actually like really good. Like it's a real show.
Gravity Falls? I know.
Yeah. Have you watched it all the way through it?
Not all the way through. I watched the first season.
It's only 2 seasons.
3.
No.
It's only 2?
It's 2 seasons. And that was part of the plan, which is why I respect the creators so much. They knew what they had and they were like, this is what we want to do. This is the story we have planned out and we're only going to do that.
Same thing with Avatar.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing with Avatar. They did 3 seasons because they knew what they wanted to do and they weren't just keeping it running for money.
Yeah.
They told a story, and once that story was over, the show was over.
Except for Legend of Korra.
Except for that, we're not counting that.
Doesn't count.
Legend of Korra sucks,
Doesn't count.
as far as I know. I only watched the first season, and I was bored. And I've heard it gets worse.
Yeah.
Uh,
I've heard the bending is very cool though.
I've heard like the action scenes and stuff are actually good in the show, but the story sucks.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna watch it.
Because she's a waterbender, right?
She is a waterbender.
Yes.
But the show's not about her learning the elements like Aang, like it was about Aang.
Really? What's it about?
She knows all of the elements from the first episode of the show.
Then what's the development?
It's well, the entire first season, if I'm remembering correctly, I haven't seen it in many years. The entire first season is about a guy who can take away people's bending. He's like the main villain, and also he invented these like electricity gloves, so people can kind of do their own bending, like they can like bend electricity, like firebenders can do.
What?
I think. So it's about basically, you've seen The Incredibles.
Yeah.
It's about Syndrome, basically trying to make everyone equal.
Okay.
Because if everyone's super, no one will be.
Cool.
If I'm remembering correctly.
Yes.
But he can take away people's bending, and that's a big thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And also
I mean,
Mysterio.
What?
In Spider-Man 2. Far From Home.
I mean, that wasn't. He wanted to.
He wanted to be the next Avenger.
Yeah, and he just wanted that power, and also he was angry at Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Which is the second time that's happened to Spider-Man.
Yes.
He got screwed because somebody was angry at Tony Stark.
Yes.
It was just both of Tom Holland's Spider-Man movies was just that.
I feel like the third Spider-Man will be different, though.
Let's hope. Well, no, the third Spider-Man was everything is still caused by Mysterio. But actually now, if Mysterio is still alive, which he might be, not to spoil anything, even though I just spoiled something, like the
Whatever.
yeah, whatever. He actually is just angry at Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
It is an actual rivalry now, and not just because he's still angry at Tony Stark,
Yes.
which is good. Which villain character development is great.
Mm-hmm.
Villain character development happens less than hero character development.
Speaking of villain character development.
Are we going to talk Last Airbender right now? Again?
Zuko.
Zuko? Listen. Zuko has the best, and I mean this, best character arc in anything I've ever seen.
That is completely true.
Anything, any piece of any movie, any book, any show, anything. He has the best character arc, character development of anything ever.
Better than Tony Stark.
Better than Tony Stark. And I'm not going to tell you why, because you need to watch
Better
the
than
show.
Luke Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker doesn't right here. He goes from whiny baby to not whiny baby. That's his whole character development.
Okay. Hey,
Luke
Star
Skywalker
Wars freaks. It's okay. Okay?
Luke Skywalker in A New Hope is just a whiny baby. He's a whiny baby boy, and he's not in the next two, and that's
He's
good.
an angry baby in the second.
He's an angry baby in the second one, and in the third one he's a Jedi.
Yeah.
He doesn't let his emotions control him as much,
Yeah.
which is good character development, but it's not the best.
Yeah. Han Solo, I guess. is
Han
good
Solo
character
goes.
development. But anyway.
He was a like smuggler with a heart of gold kind of thing.
Yes.
He was already a good guy, even though he didn't want to admit it.
The point is.
Zuko.
He goes from. Okay.
Don't.
Watch Avatar.
Don't even say anything about it. It's coming back to Netflix in May, right?
Yes.
Sometime May
15th.
May 15th. I was going to say 18th. May 15th.
It's your birthday. It's Netflix birthday present to you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Even though my birthday's on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
it's
leave
coming up.
Monday.
By the time you see this, I'll be 20 years old.
Yes.
Uh,
Anyway, I didn't want to watch Avatar mostly because it looks like an anime. And that's because it is.
It does kind of. It's not an anime. It kind of has the same art style, but it's.
If you're as ignorant as I am, you say it's an anime. Same art style. That means it's an anime. Please don't let that stop you from watching it.
Yeah, please. Don't.
It's way better than any anime I've seen, and I've only watched one anime. And yeah, I'm glad I watched that anime actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, point is that.
Watch Last Airbender. It's coming to Netflix. It is an amazing show. It's fun to watch. Good fight scenes. The all of the characters develop, but Zuko has the best character development. Watch it. It's coming back soon.
So the whole synopsis of the whole podcast: watch Good Place.
Watch The Good
Community.
Place. Watch Community. Watch
Avatar.
Last Airbender first because it's the shortest out of all of those,
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
and it's the best. Right?
Would you
put
out of all of
Community?
them?
Would you put Community above
Yes.
Last Airbender?
Yes.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Well, they're different. It's comedy versus actual
Yeah.
serious show.
Community is the
Okay.
best comedy.
So let's not compare those two.
yeah.
They're very different. Watch Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's on Netflix, and then watch The Good Place, and then watch Community interspersed in there in the background. Because if you're gonna choose one of those shows to watch in the background, make it Community, because it's a comedy. You don't have to follow the storyline at all. It's just basically episode to episode kind of thing.
Yeah.
Good Place has a story. Avatar has a story, like a continuing story. So watch those continuously.
Yeah. Instead of watching Parks and Rec, Office, or Friends again for the 10th time, watch a new show. Please.
Watch those 3.
And if you watched Community before, watch it again. Then that's it. That's all I got.
And if you watched Airbender before, watch it again when it comes on Netflix.
That's what I'm gonna do. So.
Me too. I'm gonna binge it all so fast.
Still gotta watch Clone Wars.
Yeah, start that.
Yeah.